Hi, everyone. My name is Mariana. I'm part of the marketing team at MeetGeek. And today we'll be here with Dan Huru, our co-founder and CEO, and Carolline Miranda, our head of CS and sales, to bring you all you want to know and all you need to know about our recent bundle of features, which we called MeetGeek 2.0. And it's very much around automation and personalization. I won't get into more details. I leave that for them. I just want you to know that you are free to ask any questions you have, even during the session. You have the Q&A option down here. You can go there, share your questions. You can upvote other questions from other people, and we will make sure to address most of them, at least by the end of the session. So let's move to our agenda. As I said, then we'll do a quick introduction on MeetGeek 2.0. We will then follow with some of our new main features, auto detection of meeting templates, meeting insights, meeting summary customization. We'll also briefly share on recent features, new features and improvements, and the Q&A with a surprise for those who stay until the end. So I will now pass for Dan.
Thank you, Mariana, for organizing and for doing the intros. So I'm probably an older face, familiar face. Some of you might know me. I'm very excited to kind of like walk you through our latest personalization features. We have been working a lot, as it was a busy summer, and I mean, we are very excited about what is possible, and this work is part of our vision for how we see the future of meetings. And yeah, I'll give you like a short overview of what's in it. Before we actually begin, I think it would be nice to ask you what's your main concern with meetings. What's the most pressing issue that you have with meetings, or the biggest challenge? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so we can kind of like tailor a bit the presentation while we're live.
Okay, we are collecting lots of answers. We'll just let a few more come in, then we share the results. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, so I see a lot of variety of answers, and I mean, I guess it really depends on the situation, and we kind of like recognize that not all meetings are the same, and if you start with this thinking in mind, it's very obvious that different situations require different output. And you know, nowadays with the evolution of AI, we have a lot of generic AI that is quite powerful, and accuracy is quite good, but is not enough from our perspective. What actually matters is the context you are in, and the relevance of the output you are getting from any tool, not just a meeting automation tool. So we are working with a lot of teams in different roles, in sales, in customer success, in project management, in recruiting, customer-facing calls, in internal calls, even in-person calls, face-to-face meetings, I mean. And we kind of like try to build a product that is able to understand the context where you are, and make everything kind of like seamless, try to determine what you expect from that meeting. Like if you have different participants with different roles in a team, in a call, they will expect different outputs. So the answer is kind of like it depends on the meeting type, it depends on your context, it depends on your role. So this is just to kind of like give you a bit of intro about why we do this and why we think this is important. Yeah, I will let Carol continue, like go through to the next topics to actually see how we implemented this so far in the 2.0 batch. And yeah, I'll be back later on one of the topics. I'll let Carol go further.
Thank you, Dan. Hello, everyone. I'm Carol, and today I'd like to show you some exciting stuff. As Dan said, not all meetings are the same, and that's why we want to make it easy for you. So we are launching the auto-apply templates feature. Okay. So it will apply meetings templates automatically for you, saving much more time. And I have another question, actually. We'd like to ask you, what are the most popular type of meetings you have weekly? Very curious to see the answers. Just give you a little bit of time to answer this. I see in the chat people type in both meetings, discovery calls, interviews. Interesting. Oh, have a variety. Sales calls, and most of them internal team meetings. That's interesting. So thanks for answering. So the template detection will be done from your settings page. Okay. And this way, MeetGeek will apply the templates based on the content of the meeting. Let's say you had a demo, or you have it would apply the demo template, or you have a board meeting, for example, it'll simply apply the right template for that meeting. This will save you so much time, so you don't have to go back and forth editing and changing it. Okay, and also talking about automated detection, we are planning to launch auto-detect meeting languages. I know lots of people requested this. Personally, it was gonna save so much of my time. For the ones having meetings in many languages, this will be a game changer. So you don't have to go to the settings as well and change the outcome language. I personally have 2 or 3 languages meeting in different languages every week, and this will save a lot of time. So just detect the language and just give you the right outcome, the meeting, okay? And I'd also like to highlight just a bit that many of these features have been requested by our users. So we are listening to you, and we are making sure that we are building something that you love. On to the next topic. So what's next? Custom summaries. Another request feature. So I like to show you how you can customize your summaries to contain all the information that you need, depending on the type of meetings that you're having. As we say, no meetings are the same. So those will determine if you have like a long or short, a super detailed summary. I personally like very concise templates, straightforward. So first of all, I like to ask you, would you prefer a detailed or a concise summary? Please let us know. Curious to see. So let's see the answers. Well, yeah, it depends on the meeting type. Yeah, for sure. Most people here on concise template, the summaries. So I like to show you how it works, really. We'll just quickly share my screen. Yeah, this is it. So you all know meeting templates, most of you. So all you have to do is go to the meeting template section. This is the place where you customize pretty much everything for your meetings. So by default, here you'll find a custom summary section, the new one. And by default, you find this structure, okay? This is the predefined structure: date, attendees, meeting summary, next steps, bullet points, the meeting sites, the performance, and the topics and highlights based here on your templates. What if I told you that you can completely change it to accommodate your needs? You say it depends on the type of meeting. So you could have a different type of summary for each meeting, for each template. Okay, let's show you here some examples. So for example, for one-on-one meetings, I personally like to have this one, like date, attendee, meeting summary, key discussion points and bullet points, action items, and like the performance of the meeting. And let me show you here a meeting which I applied. This is a real meeting, very concise, very straightforward, where I can get all the points of the meeting. You can also have something different. For example, if you want to have something more sophisticated, like adding tables or a different, very different format, if you have something predefined, your company determined a type of meeting summary, you can just come here and copy and paste a table, for example, and just hit the save button. I can quickly show you the outcome. It'll look like this thing here. Meeting purpose, date, time, participants, discussion, bullet points, next steps. And it should do the summary. Okay, you could have another type of table here, a different type of table, and the summary will look like this one here. This is a weekly team meeting, very concise, very straightforward, where we see the key next steps, everything. So this is quite easy. Okay, so since I already show you how it works, you can play around with it. See how it works. For example, for your weekly team meetings, you could have a more straightforward. For like one-on-ones, you could have one that's more detailed. For your demos, I saw a lot of people from sales here. For your demos, you can change everything for your discovery. So yeah, feel free to play around the same way you did with the highlights. This will save you much more time. I will pass into, let me stop sharing my screen. So yeah, I know I've presented some cool features, but our CEO, Dan, has even more exciting insights to share about meeting analytics. Over to you, Dan.
Thanks, Carol. Looks very nice. Just wanted to mention, I already seen some questions on chat. So we have a library of templates. Just like quick comment, we have a library of templates that are already published. So you can already use some of the templates that Carol showed to kind of like see an example or run on your own meetings to see exactly the output. So that's one thing. And second thing, we'll probably follow up after the webinar with we have a roadmap for meeting templates. So it's kind of like if you have a new meeting template or just type of meeting that you think is not covered, you can add it there in that roadmap. It's a super easy way to add ideas. So our team can have a look and try to, we work with partners to kind of like create these validated versions of templates that are kind of like best practice, so that you can reuse them easily. So we will send the roadmap link, and please feel free to contribute. We are always looking for good ideas to transform them into templates that can be applied to as defaults. So we already have, I think, roughly 20 templates for 20 different meetings types, and we are always like adding. So yeah. Anyway, so I'll get back to my topic now, which is related to conversational intelligence. And it's like super, well, it's a hot trend, a hot topic nowadays. Basically what we are doing differently is trying to personalize this. So just before we go into the examples, I wanted to ask, maybe you can write on chat or we can launch the poll, if there are any specific meeting insights that you are looking for. What are the most important ones? Would be super curious to know. So just wait a couple of seconds until people have the time to type. So yeah, I mean, it kind of like depends on the context and on the meeting type. So here are some examples of the new insights that are part of this feature pack. So the way we think about them is for most of the meetings you have some standard, let's call them KPIs. We call them KPIs that you really want to have. For example, some of them are very popular, like the agenda follow through, or the sentiment analysis, or the speaker distribution. These are usually very popular among many of meeting types. But also you have, depending on the meeting type and depending on the context, you have some insights that are very meeting specific. So we try to create a framework where you are able to customize what you are interested in. And whenever you get the output, the final result, you'll be able to actually look at some insights that are really relevant for that situation, okay? So I will share my screen just to show you some examples of what we mean by insights and how they look. So let me do that very quickly. So I just opened here a few examples. This meeting was a product demo, basically, and just quickly walk you through the cards. So we have a general meeting productivity score, which is a general interpretation of how the meeting went. Because it was a product demo, it's kind of tailored for this. This is standard for all meetings. And I mean, the productivity score is basically standard. Then we have the speaker distribution, so you can see like how much people talked in the meeting and what was the longest talk, what was the actual rate, speaking rate. Agenda follow through, which is also kind of standard. So if you define an agenda in the template, if you have and most of our templates have preset agenda, which you can modify. What it will actually do is it will cross-check the agenda with what happened in the actual meeting and let you know, like, okay, you give you like some kind of recommendations on maybe you went off topic, maybe you were super on topic, maybe you discussed too little about a specific topic, or the conversation derailed. So those kind of things. Then on the top right here, we have 4 important cards. So the first 2 are keep doing, so things that you did well in this meeting that you can continue to do well, and top suggestions for improvement. So really simple, some things to take away from that meeting, and that things that you can try to do better in the next one. Most popular themes, this is kind of like the most, like the title says. So this is kind of like giving an overview of what happened, what was discussed. And then there are a couple of some cards. And here in this case, it's about client understanding score, which means it's an interpretation of how this was a product demo. So we are trying to gauge if we understood the client requirements well, and also we are trying to understand if they had a high level of interest on a specific features, and also on a more generic level, if there was an enthusiasm to what we showed, if there was like a good, let's say, product to client fit. So these are some indicators that you can customize. You can add your own thing, and then the AI will basically do the interpretation for you. It's quite simple, I would say. I mean, we tried not to complicate stuff too much, but at the same time, I give you some valuable information. So this is the product demo. If we go, for example, to weekly team meeting, which is an internal call, you will have roughly the same standard KPIs, but then you have like different cards, things like clarity of next steps, what was the problem solving productivity level. So in weekly meetings, we usually kind of like try to tackle problems, try to see like what's the solution, make a decision, how we manage the time. So these kind of things. And you have completely full freedom on what you can describe. You just need to describe or KPI. It's a simple title, maybe some description to fine tune, and then you can get basically almost anything from a meeting. You can analyze the performance from different perspectives. And the nice thing is that it's fully automatic with the auto templates detection. This is going to be applied depending on the meeting type that you have. Okay, so yeah, I'm super excited about this and where it's going. I'll actually stop the screen now to go back to the slide. Because I also want to kind of like bridge the gap between what I've showed you and what's kind of like the next step for this. So I'll just wait for you, Mariana, to put the slides back. Yeah, so we are going to we are working on this one, and it's going to be released quite soon. So this is basically the next step where you kind of see the aggregated meeting insights. What this means is that okay, you have indicators and performance indicators at meeting level, but with this type of functionality, you're able to track the performance, the historical performance of your meetings. You kind of like see how you evolve over time. You will be able to see this at individual level for you, but also like at team level. If you create a team in MeetGeek, you probably know that you can collect more meetings in the same bucket. So then the performance will be analyzed at team level, and also at company level, basically at organization level. So if you have a company, an organization with 100 people, you depending on the rights, we can enable some of the screens for to be able to see at company level, which is also very interesting. You'll have the strengths and opportunities, so like top three good things that you're doing, top three improvement suggestions, and also breakdowns at team level if you have multiple teams in a company. So a lot of these kind of stats, useful information that you can look at and take quick actions to improve. So we want to keep it simple. We don't want to overcomplicate with data, but at the same time, we want that data to be very useful and very relevant for the call type that you're having. If you're analyzing, let's say, the sales team, you maybe want to check specific call types for performance, okay? Because again, measuring performance is a matter of understanding the context, and that's what should be possible with this one. Okay, and I think we can go to the other features that we're planning. So I'm kind of like sharing a lot of information, so please bear with me a few more minutes. Other features and improvements that are available. I mean, and we will explain how they are available soon. So other things to mention. Now, when you have ad hoc calls, or if you are using the mobile app, so maybe you know that we have mobile apps which you can use to check your meetings, or also like record your in-person meetings. And when you do that, we'll auto-generate the title, so you kind of like understand what was the that recording about. We just launched our MeetGeek Open API, which means now you can basically upload meetings using the API. You can query the meetings for getting the transcript, getting the summary. So it's kind of like enables a lot of use cases if you want to integrate with some of your tooling. If we don't have a native integration, then you can use the API to do a quick custom integration, or even even if you want to kind of like present some of the functionality inside your product or service, that's a good tool to use, and I recommend checking the Open API. We will send the documentations afterwards. And yeah, we've done a lot of improvements on the mobile apps, as you know. Please check them out. And we have like a full roadmap on that side as well, to make it even to make the experience even better and enable more use cases, more mobility use cases. If you are on the go and you kind of like want to catch up with meetings, so those are helpful. And chat assistant for Slack, I'm probably many of you are aware, but you can chat with your meetings in the Slack channel, and we are planning, of course, to roll this out also in the interface and also on Microsoft Teams. So this would be like, let's say, a quick mention of what is happening. We do have other things planned, but yeah, I think it should be enough for the moment. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Dan and Carol. I guess it's now the time to move for the Q&A. Okay, I will stop sharing just for the sake of making sure I select the right questions. If you asked anything in the chat, not in the Q&A section, and it wasn't answered, please feel free to ask the question in the Q&A. I will start. Then, Carol, are you able to select the questions, or only I have the power to do so?
Yeah, I can also do that. Do you want to start them?
Yeah, you go ahead, call them out, Mariana.
Okay, so let's start with a simple one, I guess, just to take this out of here. Is MeetGeek using for free? Is the MeetGeek using for free?
So yeah, I mean, we have a freemium. I will take this one quick. We have a freemium version. I'm sure that probably we can follow up with the pricing page afterwards. Premium version, which is quite good, I would say, and is a good opportunity to start and work with the tool. Once you need more hours or need more features, you can go to a paid plan.
Okay, thank you. Let's move with the question about custom summaries. So will the summary only add as many bullet points as you put in the structure, or will it add more? Example, I have 3 bullets in my template for the next steps, but there are 5 next steps. Carol, do you want to take this one?
It will add as many as you have in your call. For example, if in the summary you only add like 3 or 4, it kind of doesn't matter, because it will add up as many next steps you have. As soon as the tool, the AI detects the next steps, it will just add up to your summary.
Yeah, you just need to fill the format style, not the actual content.
And still on the same topic, Phil asks if you can use the custom summary to automatically send us the post-meeting summary. And the
by
answer
email,
is...
I guess it's by email, right? The question. So yeah, that's possible.
Okay, moving to one more. Feel free to select any question that you like. Okay. This one is not related to meeting summary, but will you reach a point where meetings can be recorded on a laptop and automatically transcribed into minutes at the same time? So I guess this is real-time transcription, right? Dan, do you wanna?
I kind of like understand the same. So real time is, we have plans for this, but nothing concrete to share yet. We are trying to do a very good job on post-meeting outcomes and collaborating. And that doesn't mean that we won't do real time. It's just that we don't have like something concrete to share. But it's something that we are planning, and we are kind of like figuring out what's the most impactful form now. Yeah. So no real-time capabilities right now for live transcription or things like that, or live coaching. We do a better job. We think we do a better job at post meeting, and we try to focus on that part.
Thank you. Let's move to a question that I think it's quite popular. So how to set up that the meeting summary is not circulated to all the meeting participants, but only to the organizer?
Yeah, you can do that from your settings from the upcoming meetings page. And then you can select to just circulate to yourself only. You have the ability to send to everyone, or just only to your colleagues. They'll simply detect the same domain of the participants inside a call, or just send to yourself only. Yeah, this is again available for paid plans only, or the business trial. You can test it out and see how it goes.
So one more question, and I can take this one actually. So do you have short videos to show how to use these different products? We do have a YouTube channel with a couple of videos already uploaded that cover, I would say, most of all the features we have available so far. And we do plan on creating more how-to videos to help you better use and optimize these features. We are always open, and we appreciate feedback. If you would like us to work on a specific video that you feel it's important, please make sure to share that feedback with our team.
And we are also recording in different languages.
Exactly.
I think also the help center is super richful in describing how these features work. So I encourage you to check that as well. We'll probably just kind of like share it afterwards, after the webinar.
Okay. One more question from Alfredo. Would it be possible to include the total time in the meeting for each participant, and to be able to export it to SCV or Excel? Thank you, Alfredo.
So exporting the talking rate, basically. Yeah, so I mean, we have kind of like export functionality planned in the roadmap for this to happen.
And regarding the talk rate, yeah, it's inside the insights page, and then you can check, like someone talked 50%, another person 20%, and you can view a breakdown.
Also, because I see a few more questions around training within our platform and helpful content, educational one. We not only have YouTube videos and a support center, but we also host from time to time, on a monthly basis at least, office hours, which are sessions conducted by Carol. We invite our users, sometimes the pro level ones or the new users, to simply come in. We can share recent updates, but above all, you have the opportunity to directly ask your questions to Carol, and she will help you on what you need. So there will be one this month. You will receive an invite, mostly if you follow us on LinkedIn and socials. You'll get to see the promotion. One more question from Ian. Will it be possible when recording via the iOS app that it will remember the names of voices from previous meetings? Dan, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, it's a tough one. It is possible. We don't have it now as a feature, but it is technically possible to implement it. So it is part of our roadmap. Unfortunately, I can't share like an estimated delivery time for this, but we will communicate once we have either a plan date or when it's ready to use. So please follow our newsletter. Look for Mariana or Carol in the inbox for updates.
Okay. About our open API. When can we add our own API key or modify the prompts for note deliverables?
So if I get this question right, I mean, modifying the prompt, if you use the if you use the API, you can define in the web version, you can define the templates that you want to use for the API. So for example, if you upload a meeting using the API, you can trigger the analysis in MeetGeek using the template that you predefine in MeetGeek, or it can be applied automatically. So either option works. And then, so it's basically using templates, you can customize the output. So it's kind of like modifying the prompt in a way. I think if I understand the question right, I think this should be a good solution. But yeah, like maybe we can explore this afterwards. I would be keen to learn on more about the use case.
A question from Emmanuel. Does this app allow every participant in the group to see the meeting notes? Carol or Dan?
Yeah, it depends on your settings. So if the person joins MeetGeek, or if you automatically share the summary with a person and the person clicks to watch it, then yes. But you can also make your meetings to be private, so no one will have access, and then you can keep the summaries to yourself only.
Thank you. Another quick one. Can you make it so the video recording is full screen? And if I get this question right,
I don't know if this one is related to the webinar or is it related to the video recording, or if there's another.
If it's for the webinar, I'm sorry not to take it, not to see it before, but let's assume it's about MeetGeek, and then it's possible, right?
Yeah, I mean that should be available if already. So
yeah, it is.
So I don't know if we have the email of this person, but I would like to follow up and understand better what's the
yeah, I guess it was anonymous, but if we haven't addressed the question correctly, please just reach out. And one more question from Jess. Can analytics grow across multiple teams and multiple meeting owners when part of a team?
So yes, this will be available with aggregated meeting insights feature that I was showing previously, and that is going to be released quite soon, where you will be able to see the analysis at team level, and that team has multiple meetings with multiple meeting owners, but you will be able to drill down on different types of meetings, and probably I guess meeting owners for probably different persons as well. So yeah, I think the short answer is yes, it will be.
Thank you. there are several questions about what to do to get access to MeetGeek 2.0. I'm not taking any of this on purpose, but we will for sure explain all about it. Let me just see if we can take a few more questions. Okay, is there or will there be the ability to have MeetGeek make a copy of any attachments that may be shared in the chat during a meeting, or provide any URLs that are shared in the chat? From Jonathan.
Sorry, I don't think I got this one. Can you repeat?
Okay, so is there or will there be the ability to have MeetGeek make a copy of the attachments that may be shared in the chat during a meeting, or provide any URLs that are shared in the chat? So I think it's referring to
yeah.
Okay.
I got it. It's kind of like saving the chat and any attachments. Yes, this is a feature that is quite popular. It's planned on our roadmap, so I would really appreciate if you can upvote it so we can kind of like prioritize it. But yeah, it's not possible at the moment, but it will be.
There is, sorry, I'm looking for a specific question. Okay, there is this question from Marco asking if we have any plans to release an integration with make.com.
Yes, Make is a popular alternative to Zapier. We have a native integration with Zapier. So until we have Make available, Zapier is an option. I would also strongly encourage to use the API that we just released, which is a bit more flexible. And yeah, Make is probably one of the most upcoming integrations. Can't share a neta right now, but it will be available soon.
Okay, thank you. Anna is asking if we do provide nonprofit discount.
Yes, we have. We provide 30% discount. You can reach out to us, Anna, after this session, and then I can give you the discount code.
Great. Thank you. There was another question about this, so it's done. Back to integrations. Matthias is asking if there is a roadmap, if we are planning to integrate Google Chat instead of Slack.
Yeah, so I mean, look, I think this the integration, this type of questions, I would kind of like wrap them up in one answer. We have a very aggressive integration roadmap. It's super important in our vision. It's super important for the platform to be integratable with the tools that you're using, and also we kind of like understand that in general people don't want to be vendor locked to a specific technology. Again, I encourage you to vote on our roadmap for these kind of features so we can prioritize. We take a lot of give a lot of importance to use cases and how people vote on more specifically on integrations. Every month we do a product newsletter, so I encourage you to follow that one and be in touch for updates. We'll probably do integrations. When we do integrations, we usually, of course, do native integrations with the popular ones, the popular tools. So yeah, in this case, Google Chat is quite popular as well. I will just pick one question. Sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
From Amanda. I think it's important. If we don't want our meeting notes to go to clients, does that only happen in the paid version? Yes, but there is usually there is a business trial that you can activate for 2 weeks for free, so that you can basically change the setting. And there was another one from Amanda about privacy. Do your employees read through meeting notes or use the information? So I think this is a very important topic, but I would just try to kind of like summarize it. So our we are, of course, we are working with now compliance partners to be up to date with SOC 2 Type 2 certifications, GDPR and HIPAA, and others. So we take this very seriously. Now, this is on a technical side. On a, let's say, business model side, our business model is based on subscriptions, and we don't have any incentive to, use the data to sell it or do ads or train the algorithms. We don't use it for QA. So we don't use the data of customers for any purpose whatsoever. We don't have incentives, and we are also we take compliance very seriously. We work with customers in over 100 countries, and this is a very important topic. We have a security center, a trust center, where you can find more information, and I think this will be also useful to share after the webinar, Mariana, where you can see a bit more information about how we approach privacy and security, what are the certifications in place, what are the policies and processes. So we have a lot of documentation on that side. So Amanda, please feel free to let's follow this discussion further. Great.
Thank you. Let's take one last question, and sorry to other questions that we won't have the time to reply, but please do follow up. You can email us at support@meetgeek.com or use the chat in our website. We will make sure to answer your questions. So let's take one more. Jeremy is asking, how do I get on enterprise? Carol, do you wanna?
Hi, Jeremy. So you can reach out to us directly. You have on the subscription, when you go to the subscription page, it asks to get back to us. So you can get back to me or to anyone of the team and just request for the enterprise, and then we will send you a link so you can activate it.
Great. Easy. Let me get back at sharing my screen again, since we are done with the Q&A. So before we wrap up, as we mentioned in the beginning, there would be just a small surprise, because you've been asking about how you can get access to MeetGeek 2.0 features. We will make sure that everyone that attended the webinar and the session today will be provided with access. You will be notified once you have access. This is an early access we are offering here. And we are very looking forward to hearing from you, from any feedback you can share. We appreciate it. And I think that's it. Before you go, just stick with me one more second. I have one last poll, if I can find them. So it's an easy one. Just let us know if you would be interested in a personalized demo of MeetGeek 2.0 for your team. And if you do, we will follow up on this. And I will make sure I stay here until everyone has replied to this one. But I guess that's all. Then, Carol, if you don't have anything else to add, thank you all for joining us today. We look forward to your feedback. If you are new to MeetGeek and you want to know more about all these features and our platform, stay tuned to our channels. We will have sessions to help you out throughout the onboarding, the process of adapting to all this. So yeah, thank you. And we'll see you in
Thank you for joining,
next
and
one.
we'll be looking for your feedback with the early access. And yeah, let us know. We'll use your feedback to improve the product. Thank you.